What's happening, guys? Gemma here and back again for another video, a very different kind of video, because today I'm going to show you a tried and tested and successful method to look at de-yellowing a console and looking at everything you need, but beware, it is quite a time-consuming process. So this video is actually going to finish tomorrow, 36 hours after I'm starting this as it stands. So as you guys can see there, my Super Famicom isn't overly yellow, but there is some yellowing on the outer shell just here. It's quite common with Super Nintendos, AMIGAs, and SNESs, any console that had the chemical bromine put in it. Now, a lot of people back in the day when I was a kid used to say that this was because people smoke around consoles and that's why they get yellow, and that's just not the case. It's caused by bromine reacting with ultraviolet light, so long exposure to maybe sunlight has that nasty reaction with bromine, and yellowing unfortunately is the result. So we're going to try and reverse that as much as possible. Now, I will say that before I tried to do this, I actually have the proper tool. This is a game bit, I think it's a 4.5 game bit tool, and I bought it from Amazon. It was this connector right here for like £3. Don't even bother trying to take this apart with a pen, melting a pen and doing all that crap, because it just doesn't work. You need a proper tool. So we're going to go ahead and take it apart. So this is 12% hydrogen peroxide, which is what we're going to use to treat this. I'll also link in the description a step-by-step guide on my website for when I did this method with my AMIGA 500 Plus. Keep this away from kids, keep this away from animals. Do not get any on your skin. It can burn, so please be careful and use it at your own risk as well. Unfortunately, you can't buy it from supermarkets. I actually got this from my stepsister. She's a hairdresser, and it's typically used for people kind of bleaching their hair and things like that. But again, use it at your own risk. Don't use it around your kids or your animals or anything like that. Keep your surfaces clean after. You're going to need a small brush, because that's what we're going to use to coat this onto the Super Famicom once I've taken it apart. And you're also going to need some cling film, because after we've coated it, we're going to wrap the parts in cling film and we're going to leave them outside in the heat and direct sun for 24 to 36 hours. If you really want to go long haul with this, you can keep it outside for 48 hours, just depending on how much you want to go with this. So I've never ever taken this apart before, so this is live. So we're going to go ahead. I think there are 6 altogether. There are 6 safety screws on the Super Nintendo and Super Famicom. So that shouldn't take us too long to kind of go at this really. And once it's apart, then I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to really go in with this. Is that even out? Yeah, I think it's out. Yeah, we've got the one out there. Obviously don't lose your screws. I've seen people do this and put like Phillips screws back in, which I'm not a big fan of. That one doesn't seem to want to grip. There we go. Again, I did try this with the pen. It's a complete joke. Make sure you get the right tools for it, guys. That seems to be out. No, not quite. For the sake of a few quid, you might as well just get the actual tool. It came really quickly as well, so. Okay, that's the second one out. What I'll probably do is time lapse through the rest of this. And then, like I said, I'm going to go through this as much as possible without cutting anything. At best, I'm going to time lapse, so let's do a time lapse. So that's all the 6 screws out. We should just be able to lift the shell off here. And that is exactly what we're going to be treating. Right there. This could do the clean inside as well. There's bloody dust and all kinds of stuff. Done it, managed to pop it all off. It should be quite easy to kind of put back together, because it is literally just parts that clip in. It's just sometimes the clips can have quite a lot of pressure behind them, so do be careful. So this is the part we're going to be treating. Don't know if I'm going to really bother with the inside. We're going to focus mainly on the outside. And what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm just going to grab a carrier bag just to kind of lay it down, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to treat it. So next then, got our bag down. down. I'm going to move all these things out of the way. Everything, I'll probably put everything in a little container afterwards. You don't need a massive amount of this stuff. I'll show you how much I've put in, but again, be super careful with it. Make sure you use it away from your kids. There's not a massive amount in there, guys, but it literally is going to be a case of putting as much on this, whatever device it is that's kind of been affected. Just coat as much as you can. Keep the layers nice and thick. This worked really well on my AMIGA. I did the keys as well. I took the entire thing apart, cleaned it all up, had some really good results. And again, in the first link in the description, you'll see a step-by-step, including pictures of exactly what I did and how it turned out. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish on this. I'm gonna finish it with a time lapse, guys. I'm gonna wrap it in cling film and we're gonna keep it outside for 36 hours. Let's go. So that's pretty much covered. I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna wash my hands and then show you guys a close-up, and then like I say, I'm gonna finish this part of the video by wrapping it in cling film and putting it outside. So I'm just gonna wash my hands and then we'll get back to it. Cling film time. Trying not to kind of completely wreck the cling film. You want to wrap this as tight as possible, okay? So, don't need me to tell you where to get cling film from. Pretty straightforward. Get it from most places. I don't know where you guys are going to be able to get 12% hydrogen peroxide from, unless you know any hairdressers. I'm not entirely sure where you're going to get it from. You don't need a massive amount of cling film, you just need to make sure that everything, you know, all the areas that you've treated are covered. I'm going to wrap the entire thing because like I say, it does work. The whole thing sweats and you'll start to see the peroxide evaporate, and that is exactly what you want. So I'm going to take a couple of pieces here and wrap the whole thing just to make it completely airtight. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, you just need to make sure it's airtight and there's no rips. I might give it another, that should be fine, that should be fine. So that is it, that is completely wrapped. I'll show you a close-up. We're gonna go outside, we're gonna leave it outside, and then tomorrow, around 5:30, 6 o'clock, we're gonna come back to this, and hopefully it won't be as bad. We'll do like a before and after shot as well. So, let's go put it outside. Hi lab. Alright guys, here we are. 36 hours later. This is the shell. We're going to put the Super Famicom back together, then do the side-by-side comparison of this shot, this as it is now compared to what it was yesterday, and this as it is now compared to the Super Nintendo that I showed you guys on B-roll upstairs. I'm excited to see the results. Guys, let's do it. Okay guys, this is the shell now. I've taken everything off it, I've washed, I've rinsed it. The shell looks a ton better, but we're not going to see the final product until I put it all back together. I mean, there's a little bit of patching. You can see this, it's a little bit patchy. I probably could have done a better job. And if you decide to do this, you know, make sure everything is completely coated. I didn't even do this bit, but it seems to have had an effect anyway. So like I said, don't go anywhere. Off the bat, it looks a hell of a lot better, but I'm eager to see the side-by-side comparison and compare it with my Super Nintendo upstairs. So I'm going to put it back together, then we're going to come back.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, it is now back together and it is time for the reveal, and then we'll do the comparison shot. Now obviously it's going to take a little bit of time till I do the final edit to see the final comparison shot, but this is the final product. This is the final product. I mean, it isn't 100% like solved, you can still see a minor difference here, but it is a damn sight better. It is such an improvement compared to what it was at the start. So I'm going to do a little overhead and we'll do a little comparison shot. Let me just move this over here. We'll do a comparison shot right here, and then you guys can see what it was before and after. I'm sure it looks amazing. It looks amazing even though I'm not at the final edit just yet. But I'm going to go upstairs now and compare it to my immaculate Super Nintendo. So this is it. Again, I'll put the original shot up here. The back is the Super Nintendo. The front is the treated Super Famicom with the exact tutorial that I gave you. Remember that in the link in the description, the first link, there'll be a step-by-step guide on how you can do this. But please be careful, guys, as I said yesterday, it does burn if you get 12% bleach on you. So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I will be back this weekend with more awesome content. I have yesterday's pickups still to put away, actually post on Instagram. So follow me here on Instagram if you want to see some really cool stuff, intricate parts of the collection. But for now, my name's Gemma. Have a beautiful day. Take care. See you soon.